Doug Lehman, breaking it down in layman's terms. And I got a special guest. I got a true sales leader in technology in the sales exchange space, Shawn Finder. Now, Shawn has a distinguished background. He's an author. He's done a lot of great work for the sales community. The former CEO of Exchange Leads, Auto Close, and now he's working with VanillaSoft and a whole lot more. And I guess he's a pretty good tennis player. Shawn Finder, welcome in layman's terms.
Thank you so much for having me, Doug. It's been a while. I'm happy to be here with you today.
Well, it's an honor to actually get a chance to meet you in this world of virtual video interviews. I know we've connected online through LinkedIn. Imagine that, a lot of other things. And speaking of LinkedIn and news, back in October, your company, Auto Close, made a big pivot here with VanillaSoft. I got a chance to interview Daryl Braille. Let's talk a little bit about that acquisition and how that's changed the SMB market and what you guys are offering.
Yeah, so that's really changed the market. I think it's really put ourselves in a position that we could definitely offer more of the more multi-channel sales products. So, we really were good on the email side, where VanillaSoft is really good on the VoIP and SMS side. And now you put those three together, and we were really going to tackle some of those clients in that market.
Well, it's a definite match made. I mean, now you're going total multi-channel with that, and I know that everything's kind of changed in October, but being able to work with the targeted SMB market, and you say multi-channel, what was your strong point? I guess what's VanillaSoft's standpoint, and how did that all work together? What do you bring, and what do they bring, and what's the end result?
Yeah, so we bring email. We mastered the email. We did all the email automation, email filtering, email reporting, etc. Where that was one of the products that they lacked on. And they were really strong on the SMS and the VoIP side of things. So when you put all three now together and you combine all three, it's going to give all these companies in the SMB space the opportunity to not only email from AutoClose, but you'll be able to do the dialers and the SMS and all that other stuff using both products. So it's really, really changed the landscape of that SMB space.
It's really changed the landscape. And in this world, we're looking for things that all in one solution, especially in sales now. I mean, that's where we're going, especially this virtual world. I want to go somewhere where I can get all my tools in one platform and get my results. And I think that's genius what you guys are doing, both VanillaSoft and your company, to put that out there, or both companies, to put that out there for the SMB market. I kind of want to shift gears now. I know you're a true thought leader in the sales industry. You've written a few publications and authors. Are you working on anything right now? I know you did a book with sales glossary and everything else. Are you working on any content right now, or are you just swamped into the general manager role?
Great question. We were actually swamped in, but now that I'm got some time, I'm actually starting a podcast in the next 6 weeks for companies that do anywhere between $0 to $5 million in revenue. And that's because that was a sweet spot for AutoClose. I want to bring my knowledge and hear what they have to say and help them through. So a podcast will be coming out. We're starting our first recording next week, but look forward to that coming probably February of this year.
I love it. You're going from print with doing the books, and I like the glossary that you have out there. And I encourage you to go to Shawn's LinkedIn profile and all his content. Definitely check out what he's doing over at VanillaSoft. But the podcast is great. Any interaction with video? You're going to step up and do some video down the road? You see that happening?
I love video. You know what? I think video is the future. I always tell people, if you're not doing video in your sales cadences, you're losing out on opportunities. So definitely will be a lot of video stuff going on. Maybe do a YouTube channel, the podcast. I want to really continue to work on my personal brand throughout the year. So that's one of the goals here of 2021.
Well, I love that, because you just mentioned the keyword personal brand. I mean, obviously you got a strong sales pedigree. You're giving a lot of knowledge to our sales community. It's an honor to learn from you, but also being able to work on your own personal brand. Shawn, do you have any parting shots for us and our audience before we wrap this up?
Well, I mean, the parting shots is, I would probably say, competitiveness is one of the best traits of a salesperson. So if you're hiring new salespeople, always look to see if they were competitive, because as you know, Doug, we mentioned earlier, I played tennis, and I always try and look on resumes for people that have played sports in the past. So keep playing sports, and I'd love to talk to anyone that plays tennis.
I love to talk to you about that in further detail in another interview. But more importantly, if you're out there, check out what Shawn Finder is doing on his personal brand and what he's doing with VanillaSoft and a whole lot more. I want to thank Shawn Finder, and I want to thank you out there in layman's terms for social watching.